one of the things we want to do is prepare our students for the future. And so we're always listening to our students and our community, and things are always changing and evolving. And so these things are just part of that process. Down through the years, we've continued to add classes on a regular basis. I won't say every year, but certainly every few years we'll add some new classes, and it's based on interest, it's based on what's going on, in the world around us, and is it an interest and a need for our students, because we want them to be able to take courses and educate themselves in areas that of interest, things possibly that they might want to do as a career. This is the best place in the world to kind of get a taste of things you think you might be interested in. For example, our ISM program. I know a lot of students that have gone out and gotten a mentor and they think they want to do something with their career, but then they get into it and they go, oh man, that's not what I want to do with my life. And isn't that, to me, that's one of the best experiences you can have, is find out right now that's not something you really want to do, as opposed to going to college, spending 4 years getting a degree, and then getting out and finding out, well, this is not really what I want to do with my life. I think that's a whole lot better experience to have right now. So not only are there things you can pursue that you have an interest in, but maybe you want to try something out just to see if it is something you might like. So we're always modifying and changing our course selections and adding things, and sometimes things go away because it's not, students lose interest and we just don't have a need for it anymore. So always looking to improve and help students prepare themselves for whatever their future might be when they leave us. Sure, college is not for everyone, or they may not think it is right now, and perhaps they think they have an interest in something else. And so, for Collin College to have this technical campus and for us to be involved in it is great. It goes back to that very thing. All students have some idea of what they want for their future. Sometimes it's college, sometimes it's the military, sometimes it may be a career in some area. So I think the more opportunities we can have for students to pursue those interests, the better. For example, our own CTE center over here offers about 30 different certificates in all kinds of things, from nursing to computer networking to a myriad of different things. I think that's great for our students, because if they do have a particular area that they want to pursue, we have so many options for them right now to do that. And then we're always looking to add things if there's student interest. Well, Frisco's for years has been a fast growth school district. And many years ago, more than probably 30 years ago, this community made a decision to have smaller schools, to have neighborhood schools. As an example, Allen High School has 6,000 or 7,000 students in it. Our high schools have around 2,000 students. And that's a decision our community made a long time ago, and they wanted to continue with that model. Several years ago, we actually put out a survey to our community to see if they still wanted that model. And overwhelmingly, over 80% of the people that responded to the survey said they liked that small school community model, and as long as we can afford it and as long as we can do it, we want to continue doing that, just simply because our mission statement is to know every student by name and need. And that's a whole lot easier to do in a smaller community school environment than it is in a larger school district. Now, I'm not saying anything negative about Allen as a community, and that's what their community wants, is one big high school. And they do a really good job managing that, and I'm sure they build relationships and know their students too, but it's just a different model in Frisco, one that our community wants, and one that we really think is a good model. It's a student opportunities model, is what we call it. You know, here in Frisco, we have this year we'll have 11 first-chair trombone players. You know, in Alan's band they have 1. And so there's a lot more opportunity for students to do things. You know, we've got 11 point guards on the basketball team, and we've got 11 quarterbacks, and there's just a lot of opportunity for our students. And I personally love that model, and I'm glad our community still supports it. Well, I think, you know, more than anything, particularly over the last year and a half, I've been really proud of our students. I've been proud of our families and our teachers. You know, everybody associated with the Frisco ISD community. We've had to deal with a lot of challenging situations. And it seems like it just continually changes, and there's always a new challenge. And ultimately, by and large, everybody's done really well with this, and we've responded well, and I know it's emotional sometimes, and I know there are differing opinions and differing points of view, but ultimately everybody wants the same thing. We want y'all to have a really good education and be able to go on and do whatever you want to do and be successful at it. And if you can clear away all that other stuff, I think that's what everybody really wants, even the people that don't necessarily see eye to eye. We all want you to be successful. We want you to have a good experience. We want you to enjoy going to school here and get a good education.